Um, Welcome, Anne Marie here. I'm a volunteer with Danceability, and this is our LinkedIn series where we get to know other volunteers within the organization. And I'm here with Gabby, and Gabby, just want to ask a few questions to get to know you a little bit better. And I'll go ahead and start. So tell me a little bit about yourself, like who you are, what you do, and what your current position is within Danceability.
Okay, well, once again, I'm super excited to be talking with you today. Currently, I'm a junior at the University of Buffalo, pursuing a bachelor's degree in communication. And my interests really lie in journalism and public relations work. I love speaking with people and writing. And currently, with Danceability, my position is as a communications and marketing intern, and I've been facilitating the Tuesday Talk series, which is on our social media.
Great. So how did you even hear about Danceability?
I found out about danceability through SAS Buffalo. I was looking for an internship and they had partnered with Danceability. And the minute I saw the listing, I fell in love just because I had never seen an organization that balanced this intersection of dance fitness and the special needs community. And I thought it was very interesting. And I applied. And when I got to speak with Katie, I immediately knew this is where I want to be
That's awesome. That's the same thing with me. So we have a lot.
at.
So what is it about? I mean, you kind of touched in on it, but maybe you can go a little bit more. So what is it about danceability that really does excite you?
I think for me, what has remained the most consistent among this internship um, is the way that volunteers and the staff at Danceability approach their students. In a lot of traditional dance studios, the focus is on precision. The focus is on really nailing the moves and creating this dance experience. Whereas there's a similar dance experience with Danceability, but it's much more focused on each and every student's ability. So what can they do? What are they most comfortable with? And I found that that approach to building their skills as something I've never seen really in a lot of places. And it's so wholesome when you consider the population that we work with and, how traditionally a lot of people with disabilities feel like they can't dance or that, this is something that they just can't get the hang of. But danceability makes it accessible. And that is something that I find so special.
Great. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
We all have passions as human beings, and it helps us, we love what we do when we're passionate about it. So tell me a little bit about your passions and how they align with Danceability's vision.
Yeah, so my ultimate passion is storytelling, which you're going to be like, okay, where's the connection there? I find that the way that danceability cultivates relationships in the community and finds ways to bring all these different members together in this one shared experience allows for connections and relationship building. And through that, there's a lot of storytelling processes. I mean, a lot of people I've spoken to have looked at danceability as this interconnected family. And the stories that I've been able to hear and now write about, and a couple blogs that'll be coming out, um, are very, very special stories that I don't feel like have been told enough. And I believe that they should be, spotlighted. And so danceability allows me to see parts of the community that I wouldn't have been able to see and tell those stories.
That's great. So that now leads me to the next question since you mentioned that. So what has your experience been like volunteering with Danceability?
My experience has been, it's been kind of unfortunate because of the pandemic. I haven't been able to go to the studio. A lot of the classes are now virtual just for safety reasons. And so while I haven't been able to see our dancers and to interact with them, I've gotten a really great in-depth relationship with a lot of the volunteers and staff at Danceability. And like I said, every time I talk to them, I leave feeling inspired and excited and hopeful because everybody here is so passionate and so committed to making their classes better and making everyone in their class feel, like they can do things. And so that experience of being around so many people who prioritize, accessibility and overall making it a very positive, friendly environment has been so eye-opening, and it's definitely solidified my aspiration to be in community with people like this moving forward.
So what would you say would be your biggest takeaway then with your
My,
volunteering?
my biggest takeaway from this internship is probably to never underestimate the power of a unified community. Just
Mhm.
because I really see danceability as a strong family. They're a group of people who came together for different reasons. Some people really love the dance aspect. A lot of people have a social work background. And so they come together to make this really positive, friendly environment for those with special needs. And it's like a tight knit family. It's really warm and very inspiring. And so wherever I go and whatever I do next, I want to make sure that I'm in community with people who have a unified vision because it's very powerful and danceability shows the power of that pretty well.
So one last thing, what is do you have any advice for those that are looking at seeking volunteer opportunities?
I would say that a lot of the hurdle to doing volunteer work is putting yourself out there. Sometimes we get in our own head and we're like, well, I'm not the right person for this, or I don't have experience in this. But it's a similar mindset with internships. You're not going to get the experience unless you do the very action that you feel like you're not qualified for. And so putting yourself out there, if you wanted to volunteer danceability, I would say definitely reach out to some of our members here because I find it very hard to believe that they would turn anyone away. They love the help and the support. And, if you really want to get involved with things, it just takes sending that email, making that phone call, connecting on our LinkedIn and our social media. Um, yeah, that's what I would recommend. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and advocate for yourself.
Yeah, and also too is time. People think they don't have enough time, or you only have to invest just a small percentage of your time to make a big, big, huge difference. So,
No, yeah. And that's something I've learned through speaking with a lot of the volunteers where most of us are, we have full-time jobs or we're full-time students. I'm a full-time student. And we still find a way to be in community, even if we can give an hour or we can give 4 hours. And it makes a difference regardless. And volunteering is such a selfless act. So to know that your selfless act is making an impact on people it's so worth it.
yes, it is. Well, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much.